at the Devaney Sports Center. The Class A state championship is coming up next. But joining me now to talk about a program that's relatively new here in the state of Nebraska, the Mr. and Miss Basketball program. Jim Kelter is with me now, one of the organizers of this program. Jim, I know a lot of other states have Mr. and Miss Basketball programs, but Nebraska is kind of just getting its feet wet in this kind of a program.
Well, there's no doubt. We started 4 years ago, Dick, and we looked at a number of things that would stimulate basketball in the state of Nebraska. This was certainly one of them, particularly on the girls' side, because I think as their skill level has improved, they are really making a statement about the quality of athletics that we're seeing, and so we thought, what else, or what better way to stimulate that interest than to come up with a #1 category for the girls, a Miss Basketball, as you said, as other states have done.
I guess it is kind of a program that chooses the very best in the state. How does the selection work for these players?
Well, we've really broken it down into 3 categories. Certainly athletic ability, and what we have said is not necessarily the star player, although that's generally who it is, but the girl or the boy who makes the most significant contribution on the court. Then we also include citizenship and scholarship, which we feel are 2 other ingredients that really make it for, because we want a well-rounded individual.
Mr. and Miss Basketball programs have been done in other states, I know, but maybe not a lot of Miss Basketball programs. Is this something kind of new that Nebraska's getting going?
Well, I think so. I think you're seeing, and what we're seeing here, Dick, is I think the overall level. We were just visiting about this a little while ago with Steve Johnson, the Coaches Association. That last game we just saw was absolutely an excellent quality type basketball representing outstate Nebraska, and it's a D2. It's the lowest level. So you're seeing, I think, the more quality in all classes, and you know, and I think it's going to filter on down to the lower grades, and you're going to see people growing up someday. That's our wish, is that they'll say, you know, that's what I want to go for. I want to go for Mr. Basketball.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the nominees for this year's Mr. Basketball team. First of all, Andre Woolridge of Omaha Benson, Eric Strickland of Bellevue West, Doug Brandt of Hastings, Antoine Young of Omaha North, and Ryan Samuelson of Hartington Cedar Catholic are the finalists. And now, when will the actual Mr. Basketball be announced, and how will the voting go, and how will they be chosen?
Well, we'll choose them on Monday night, Dick. We have a variety of people, mostly coaches, and then a few people who are really closely affiliated with high school sports in the state. And we'll basically just kind of get a feel for everyone. Last year, we narrowed it down to Jason Glock and Curtis Marshall. And really, the pressure was off because we didn't feel like we couldn't make a mistake at that point. But we went all of one evening and half of the next day trying to determine, and we ended up calling coaches around the state to get their input because we really wanted to make sure that we had the consensus of the feeling of the coaches around the state.
And a pretty good group of boys to choose from there again.
Well, there's no question about it. Everybody comes up to me and says, well, is it either or? And I said, well, I tell you what, you know, there are 3 different factors that we consider, and it's not cut and dried. And I think, again, Dick, honestly, we could take any of the 5 and we have a representative selection for Mr. Basketball. The girls is the one that's going to be the key. That's going to be a tough one.
Let's take a look at those Miss Basketball finalists. The 5 girls that have been nominated: Jennifer Fell of Lincoln High, Laura Dawson of Pius X, Kristen Webben of Omaha Marion, Allison Weston of Papillion, and Steph Schroetlin of Lincoln East. And your work is cut out for you to choose between those 5.
Boy, I tell you what, this has to be the toughest that we've had in the previous 3 years, Dick. We started with a gal from Gibbon, Michelle Cush, in our first year. Then the second year, it was Amy Fordham out of Lincoln Southeast, who is now at the University of Missouri. And then last year, we went with Linda Shablowski of Omaha West Side. This year, I've talked to several people. They just shake their heads. So I'm sure Monday night we'll be calling a few coaches and saying, help us, please.
All the Mr. and Miss Basketballs of the past have gone on to play in college, I see, so they've all been good choices.
Well, you know, we're really pleased with the selection committee. Denny Chapman, who has been instrumental in getting this thing started when we sat down and talked 4 years ago. Wendy Hendricks, the coach at Grand Island High School, has done a great job, and Ken Cook out at Adams is helping. So we just keep hoping that those people will lend their support and make this an even bigger and better thing in years to come.
So the finalists are named, but when will the winners be announced now, and is it an Omaha Racers game where that'll be announced?
We'll announce them next week in an Omaha Racers playoff game, and we'll certainly let you know, Dick, who the final choices will be. So we're really looking forward to it.
A lot of Mr. and Miss basketballs I know in other states. You hear about them being heavily recruited, and Andre Woolridge and Eric Strickland, certainly two of the most heavily recruited players in a long time to come out of Nebraska.
Well, and it's what everybody dreams about, having those kids play within the state. You know, we're very selfish in that regard, but, you know, we have last year's recipient, Curtis Marshall, is way down in North Carolina State. He had 20 points yesterday. He plays very well, so he's representing the Mr. Basketball very well. But we're really pleased that a lot of these kids are staying home.
Jim, I know that it's a new program, but it's something that I know you're really excited about, and you're really glad to get going.
Oh, there's no question, and we're already looking at next year. We were down here this week and last week looking at a lot of the juniors. It's only an award for seniors, Dick, so and most of the candidates next year seem to be from the smaller classes at this point, and especially for girls. It's anybody's guess. Now, we have also one of our members, Omaha North High School coach Sue Nelson, has a candidate on her ball club next year, Leah Turner, and I know Nebraska's already looking at her, but so Sue Nelson will be out next year. We won't be able to let her get her input, so we're going to miss her next year.
All right, well, Jim, thanks very much for being with us. Good luck with the program down the road.
Thanks, Dick.
Okay, Jim Kelter, the Mr. and Miss Basketball nominees will be considered, and the final winners will soon be named, and we'll be looking anxiously forward to finding out just who they will be for 1992. Well, back here at the Devaney Sports Center, the Class A state championship game between Hastings and Omaha Benson is about to unfold, and we'll get to that after this timeout.
Winter weather can be tricky and even dangerous. That's why 10-11's weather team works hard to give you Nebraska's complete weather forecast.
A little bit more. Hi, I'm Fred Rogan, back with a whole new season of Rogan's Heroes, a cornucopia of comedy antics that has folks falling all over themselves. Fast-paced, family fun that shows people at their funniest. From the go-getters to the goofballs. Now get set for our last riot called Funny Just Got Funnier. Join me for all new surprises on Rogan's Heroes.
Rogan's Heroes, Sunday night at 11:30 on 10/11.
When the night has come, though I won't be afraid just as long.
If you need help standing by a loved one with Alzheimer's disease, call the Alzheimer's Association. Our helpline provides informational and referral support even if you can't leave home. Call the Alzheimer's Association. We're here to stand by you.
The Class A state championship between the Omaha Benson Bunnies, 21-3, and the Hastings Tigers, 19-3, about to unfold here. Benson #1 in the final regular season ratings, Hastings #4. And our guest commentator for this game that will be joining us throughout the telecast is Paul Forge, the head boys basketball coach at Lincoln East. Paul, first of all, kind of looks like a matchup of the tall outstate team from Hastings against the fast, quick Omaha Metro team in Omaha Benson.
Well, I think the key, the big thing here is Woolridge. Probably, I heard about the second best point guard in the United States this year. And he's a guy who can really light it up if you let him get it, get him in sync, get him into rhythm. So I think the big key, of course, is for Hastings to try to contain him a little bit. But what compounds the problem is also Chandler is also a very good penetrator and driver off the dribble. So he is also a guy who can create things. So they really have a kind of a double punch from the outside. I think the big thing with Hastings, of course, is Brand on the inside. For a big kid, 6'10", very mobile, runs the court well. He can initiate things as well as he can terminate it on the other end. And of course, Adam Bilal, without a doubt, is the other key for them because he sets up a lot of their offense.
Doug Brandt, the 6'10" senior for Hastings, one of their top players, recruit for the University of Baylor, already having signed with them. Same for Andre Woolridge, already having signed for the University of Nebraska. The top player for Omaha Benson, he averages 26.5 points points a game. Paul, it's been a while since Omaha Benson has won a state title. The Class E championship was the last time Benson won it here back in 1920. The last time Hastings won a state title was back in 1954 when Nebraska football coach Tom Osborne played for the Tigers.
Well, I think both have been knocking on the door, and I know Joe Sajovic has done a tremendous job with that program. I really think he has a very good blended talent. He has kids that are complementing the main two ball players, Bilal and, of course, Brandt. Simmons and Bates and Butenbach are doing a good job with that combination. On the other hand, I think Terry Shelsta has been, very competitive. He's got some great speed and quickness. He has, without a doubt, some good play from the inside, because I felt yesterday his postman really did a good job on the board. So I really think it's speed and quickness against a team that is very well disciplined.
The Hastings Tigers and the Omaha Benson Bunnies, the Class A state championship coming up after this timeout.
Hello, I'm Dan Rather. 1011 News has covered Nebraska accurately and effectively since many of us were young, or at least younger. Reporting has come a long way during that time, and 1011 News has served you with dedication and hard work. Today, Mel Maines, Deb Collins, the 1011 News staff, along with the CBS Evening News, bring you the most comprehensive news coverage in the business. Whether it's news in Nebraska or from around the world, the CBS Evening News and 1011 News will bring it home to you.
Sally Jesse Raphael, weekday mornings at 9 on 1011.
I was scared to take the HIV test. I knew once I did, there was no turning back. Now that I know, though, I can go on about my life. Make some goals. I'm working hard to stay healthy. Think about going back to school. Now I'm motivated to do the things I've always wanted to do. Life seems so much more important now.
For information on the prevention and treatment of HIV, call 1-800-342-AIDS.
Hello, Nebraska.
It's March Madness.
Welcome back to 1011's live coverage of the Boys State Basketball Finals, brought to you by your local Case International dealers. And NC Plus, America's down-to-earth seed company.
Basketball championship between top-ranked Omaha Benson 21-3 and fourth-ranked Hastings 19-3. Our guest commentator for this game again, Lincoln East coach Paul Forge. Paul, your team played Hastings this season, a game that you lost 75-66, so you're pretty familiar with Hastings. Benson uses a four-guard offense, of course, led by Andre Woolridge, the University of Nebraska basketball recruit, averaging 25.5 points a game.
Well, both of these teams right now are playing at their peak. I feel that Benson now in this tournament, especially yesterday, kind of turned it around and really got with it. First game, they were close a little bit, but I thought yesterday their intensity was real good. I felt that Hastings all year long has really had the inside-outside punch with, of course, Bilal and Brandt on the inside. And they got good three-point shooters. So Bates stands out there at the three-point line waiting for the shot. And also then Butenbach. And Simmons does a good job on the backside of the boards. And he can shoot the ball from about 15 feet. So I really think it's going to be a great ball game.
Hastings, the tallest team in the tournament with 6'10" Doug Brandt at center. Benson, probably the quickest team in the tournament with Andre Woolridge, the all-star guard. And we'll be back with the Class A state title game after this timeout.
This, of course, is a stop sign. But so is this. And if you want to prove it, just see your NC Plus dealer and try one of these high-performance NC Plus hybrids. They're setting yield standards and stopping traffic all over the country. So see your dealer and plant NC Plus this spring. But just to play it safe, better warn your neighbors. NC Plus, America's down-to-earth seed company.
If your sporty car doesn't feel so sporty anymore, you need a change. By the team, the BF Goodrich Tire Team. They'll put on BF Goodrich TA Performance tires. Tires designed just for your sporty car. You'll feel a whole new level of performance.
Rich Schneider, Schneider OK Tire, Auburn. Hi, Ralph Taverdi, Old Father's OK Tire, Beatrice and Fairbury.
In the beginning, there was only one source for home heating and water heating. While it worked, it did have its drawbacks. Eventually, man evolved to electricity because it's clean and safe. And because it comes from abundant, readily available energy sources, electricity is the most cost-efficient choice. And right now, you can get up to $800 back when you install electric heat and water heating. Electric heating. It's the natural selection.
The Bob Devaney Sports Center filling up for the Class A Boys State Basketball Championship between the Omaha Benson Bunnies and the Hastings Tigers. Let's turn it over now to Ed Kimball, our PA announcer, who will introduce the players and coaches involved in this game.
Tigers are 19-3 this season. They're from the Plains Division of the Trans-Nebraska Conference. Hastings has been in this tournament a record 52 times. And this is their first time in the finals since they won it all in 1954. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no bad guys here now. We've got a bunch of young men and a bunch of coaches who've worked hard all winter long to get here. So please, let's be generous in your applause for all of them. Here are the non-starters for Hastings. 14, Tyson Butler. 20, Josh Patterson. 22, Jason Cafferty. 30, Chad Labar. 32, Neil Hansel. 40, Gary Thompson. And 52, Todd Tackwell. Now here are the non-starters for Benson. Number 14, Lloyd Scaife. 20, Clay Kinman. 22, Mark Armstrong. 34, Robert Brown. 42, Art Tyler. 44, Robert Holmes. And 52, Jeff Van Avery. Now, here are the Hastings starters. A 6'4" sophomore, number 24, Bo Butenbach. 6'3" senior, number 34, Randy Bates. 6'3" senior, number 42, Adam Belau. 6'10", senior, number 50, Doug Brandt. And 6'5", junior, number 54, Mike Simmons. The assistant coaches are Steve Curtis and Dave Johnson. The head coach, Joe Sajovic. Now here are the Benson starters. A 5'7" senior, number 10, Kenya Crandall. A 6' senior, number 24, Hilliard Bryant. 6'3" senior, number 30, CJ Green. 6'2" senior, number 32, Andy Woolridge. And 6'7" senior, number 50, Chris James. The assistant coaches are John Nichols, Bob Woodworth, and Matt Brandel. Terry Shelst is the head coach at Benson.
To get here to the state finals, Hastings beat Papillion La Vista 59-56 in the opening round, then beat North Platte in the semifinals 47-42 last night. Omaha Benson defeated Fremont in the opening round 66-54, then beat Ralston 65-56 in the semifinals yesterday to get here to the finals. Benson 21-3, Hastings 19-3. The Tigers with losses this season to Fremont, Lincoln Northeast, and Lincoln Pius X in the final game of the regular season. Benson with losses in overtime to Omaha Gross, then to Papillion La Vista, and to Millard South in the district finals. Benson got here via the wild card berth. Hastings, of course, as a district champion. Hastings will be in the dark uniforms, the black uniforms with orange and white numerals and orange and white trim, moving from right to left as you watch it. Benson in white with gray and green numerals, gray and green trim, moving from left to right. And to start the game, Hastings gets the basketball, winning the opening tip. It's Butenbach, Belau, Bates, Brandt, and Simmons for Hastings. Crandall, Bryant, Green, Woolridge, and James for Omaha Benson. The man to watch for Hastings is 6'10" Doug Brandt, their big center inside. There's Brandt with the ball, number 50, working against Chris James. Nice pass to Belau. Adam Belau with the first 2 points of the game.
I thought that's a good give and go on that. Of course, Benson right now is playing man on him back there on defense. Now, of course, Hastings is mainly a man-for-man team right now.
Andre Woolridge drives in the lane. Brandt blocks it away. Rebound pulled down by James, and now traveling called on James. So right away, our first matchup between Woolridge and Brandt right there. Brandt got the better of him, got a good block.
I think so. They really are playing very aggressive right now.
Here comes Hastings on the attack. Belau with the shot that's short. On the fight for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Hastings. It'll be Benson ball. The Benson Bunnies, 21-3. The fast, quick Omaha Metro team had all Omaha area opponents this year. Hastings, on the other hand, a mostly outstate, of course, schedule, as a foul on the rebound is called on Chris James of Benson. Neither team had any common opponents, although Hastings did play Creighton Prep this year and beat them by 3. Benson, though, did not play Prep this year, and so neither team with any common opponents.
Well, right now they got an interesting matchup. They got Brandt playing on Woolridge down here. That's 6'10" on him. That's going to be interesting to see what happens.
6:42 to go in the first quarter. Hastings with a 2-0 lead. Butenbach inside to Brandt. Rebound comes down to the smallest man on the floor. Kenya Crandall at 5'7", but he loses it. Hastings gets it right back. Belau has it blocked into the hands of Hillard Bryant. Here comes Benson. Down court to C.J. Green. The left-handed shot won't go, and it's knocked out of bounds by Benson. It'll be Hastings basketball. It's still 2-0. 6:19 to go now in the quarter. You know, Benson lost in the district championship, as I said. They had lost their second game of the year also, and in between won 16 straight games. They've been number 1 most of the year, except during the holidays, and there was a brief time in there when Hastings was number 1 before they lost their first game to Fremont. Now it's lost again by Hastings. Simmons loses it. Woolridge with the basketball. Andre Woolridge off the rim, but he's fouled. Foul called on Adam Belau of Hastings, and Woolridge will be at the free throw line for 2 shots.
Well, Benson right now is working really, of course, dribble penetration. That's about their entire offense. Woolridge is doing most of it. On the other end now, Hastings, I think, is trying to go inside to Simmons, looking for him on a mismatch on the size on the inside on the post-up.
Woolridge scored 26 points in each of the first 2 tournament games for Benson, and he averages 26.5. There's his first of this game. Already having signed with the University of Nebraska, Andre Woolridge, one of the top high school recruits in the country. Second one likewise good for Woolridge, and it's tied at 2 apiece. Benson and Hastings, the Class A state title game, moved to the afternoon this year after having been the final game of the evening session in past years. Inside, the pass is knocked away. James on the floor with it, picked up by Brandt. 6'10", Doug Brandt. And a whistle stop play, a foul called, I think, before the shot. It's called on Kenya Crandall of Benson. There you see him, number 10, with the foul on Brandt. So the little 5'7" Crandall fouling 6'10" Doug Brandt, and he'll be at the line for 2 shots. I wonder if Kenya really thought he was going to block that.
I don't think so. I think that they, right now, Benson's letting a lot of stuff inside go. They're going to have to go to a zone pretty soon, I think, to contain this.
Brandt misses the first. He'll get a second. Doug Brandt with his first point of the game, and it's 3-2. Hastings with the lead. Hastings scoring 47 points in the semifinals yesterday, 59 in the opening round. James inside for Benson. Chris James with the basket. Hastings averages 69.85 points a game. Benson averages 71.5, and Hastings loses it again on the turnover. Benson will bring it up.
This is going to be a big key for Hastings, taking care of the ball, getting the ball down the court. Because I think they really get the ball into the scoring area if they get it down the court into the offensive set.
Andre Woolridge, in and out, and the rebound to Mike Simmons of Hastings. Woolridge is 6'2", but he's got great jumping ability, all-round great ability for Woolridge. Inside the shot, no good. Tap try, no good. Simmons, Brandt, and Brandt finally tips it in.
Big boards. Rebounding is a big plus here. They had about 3 putbacks. Only got one back in, so that's going to be a big thing for Hastings.
3 points now for Doug Brandt, and it's 5-4. Hastings with the lead. James with the lob inside, shot up and in for Hillard Bryant. And Benson takes the lead back 6-5.
I think Benson's trying to get a little full court pressure, a little run and jump, but they're not picking up the other people on this thing right now.
Ball stolen away by C.J. Green. Down court to Woolridge. Woolridge is fouled. A foul called on Randy Bates of Hastings. Woolridge with that great burst of speed.
He got great first step, and he just got great body control and great passing skills. You know, he's a super athlete.
Terry Shelsta in his 11th year as head coach of Benson. Watch Woolridge on this baseline drive, and all Randy Bates could do was reach in and draw his first personal foul. Crandall loses it momentarily for Benson, and now it's knocked out of bounds by Bates of Hastings. Benson will keep it on its own end. Hillard Bryant to inbound. Neither team having substituted yet. We're about halfway through the first quarter. 4:18 to go first period. Crandall. Rebound to Brandt. The 6'10 senior pulls it down. Belau to Brandt. Benson with constant pressure on the defense. Now Simmons. Simmons for Hastings.
Big key basket now. I think Simmons playing down low is really looking to score. Of course, Brandt's putting out a lot of energy here on defense, playing on Woolridge.
3-point goal for Andre Woolridge. And Benson goes up 9-7. Woolridge is a great dribbler and driver, but he can shoot too. He is a great shooter also. Just every part of his game is top-notch. 3.5 minutes to go. First quarter of play. Class A state championship. If you're just joining us, Bertrand took the Class C2 title. Hildreth took Class D2, and now Brandt puts it in for Hastings.
Again, looking inside. They're going inside about every time. Either Simmons or Brandt. Benson's going to have to double down inside or get some help.
3-point shot for Crandall, no good, and the rebound to Simmons of Hastings. It's tied at 9-9. Second time the game has been tied. It was tied at 2 apiece earlier on. 3 minutes to go now. First quarter of play. Hastings down low to Simmons. Up top, 3-point goal. Misses everything, but on the rebound, a funnel try put in by Bo Butenbach of Hastings.
Hastings again on the offensive boards, backside boards. Got to put back again.
Kenya Crandall to Andre Woolridge. Woolridge in the lane. And he is fouled by Mike Simmons. There's that quickness and speed again of Andre Woolridge, and he'll be at the line for 2 shots.
I tell you, he has just such explosiveness. You know, even if you get down and get ready to play good defense, he gives you that little stutter step, and he's gone on you. He's just, you know, a great athlete.
Doug Brandt at 6'10" is really not slow. He's a good mobile player for his height, but Woolridge is just so fast.
Well, Brandt's playing a little too tight on him. I think Brandt's got to back off a step. Force him to take the jumper, you know, and shoot over the outstretched hand, but I think he's a little too tight on him.
Into the game for Benson is Jeff Van Avery, a 6'5" junior, as you saw Chris James on the bench now for Benson. And the shot for Woolridge is good. It's tied again at 11, and there's timeout on the court with 2:37 to go in the first quarter of play in the Class A State Boys Championship. And the score, Benson 11, Hastings 11.
And now, here's an important safety tip from NC Plus Hybrids. When you're out in the country this summer, drive carefully, because NC Plus 4275 will be stopping traffic all over this area. At 108 days, it can out-yield hybrids that are a week later and give you lower harvest moisture to boot. So drive safely, and don't get upset if that pickup you're following stops suddenly, because NC Plus 4275 is worth watching.
Northeast Community College in Norfolk is a comprehensive community college serving over 30,000 Northeast Nebraskans through credit and non-credit courses. In a state-of-the-art modern setting, you'll receive personal attention from the caring and supportive staff. Northeast Community College in Norfolk, building communities one mind at a time.
Back at the Devaney Sports Center, an 11-11 tie as we look at that last follow basket by Bo Butenbach of Hastings. Paul, both teams shooting a little bit tight here. Hastings with quite a rebound advantage in this early going.
I guess the big thing is keeping them in right now. They got eight rebounds to Benson's 2, and I think they've really been playing well on the boards.
Hastings has made 5 of 12 from the field. Benson 3 of 12. There's Simmons inside. He's fouled and the basket will count. 4 points for Mike Simmons. The basket is good. Here's another look at it as C.J. Green is called for the foul inside, and now Simmons will be at the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play.
Simmons has become really a force down. He's a wide body, big physical kid, and really has been getting some good position down on the offensive boards.
And probably doesn't get as much credit as he deserves with all the attention on Brandt, the 6'10 center inside. Simmons is only a junior. Hastings starts 3 seniors, a junior and a sophomore. Benson starts 5 seniors. C.J. Green, no good, and the rebound comes down to Belau for Hastings. Adam Belau sets it up inside to Brandt. Doug Brandt with a good shot, doesn't go though. Simmons has it blocked away, but a foul is called on the shot by Simmons. Foul called on Andre Woolridge. There he is, number 32 for Benson, his first personal. Here's another look.
Well, they're going mainly to the right side, and of course they're screening across for Brandt coming across for the shot. And Simmons is staying backside boards for the rebound, and they're getting second shots off of that about every time.
C.J. Green, number 30, goes to the bench for Benson, and Chris James, the 6'7 senior who started for Benson, is back in there. He started at center. So now Benson has both the 6'7 James and the 6'5 Van Avery in the game. Simmons makes the second free throw. He now has 6 points, and it's 16-11.
They've still got the same setup defensively. They have Brandt still playing on Woolridge. And of course, Belau is playing on Chandler, so I think they got a good matchup on the people on the outside here.
Kenya Crandall, cross-court pass, shot no good by Hillard Bryant, and Hastings with the rebound. 1.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Belau has it stolen away by Bryant. Bryant lays it in.
This is a big key now for Benson to get steals because they got that speed and quickness out front. They really got to go for the gaps, I think, on these passes. Race to cross-court, east-west passes.
Bo Butenbach will try it from outside. No good, but the rebound comes down to Randy Bates. Bates for 3. A 3-point goal for Randy Bates, his first points of the game.
That's the thing he does best. He's a very good three-point shooter. And they're going to be looking for him all the time at the line out there.
Woolridge with the shot, no good. Rebound, though, to Crandall, and he draws the foul from Brandt. Doug Brandt, the 6'10 center, fouling the little 5'7 Kenya Crandall, and Crandall will be at the line for 2 shots. Here's another look at it as Crandall really made a smart play to draw that foul.
Well, of course, Brandt was behind him, too, and they've been trying to keep him coming off help, and Brandt's been trying to stay on Woolridge, and Bealow's been trying to stay on Chandler. But I think right now he came off behind, and that wasn't a, Brandt can't afford to get those fouls.
That's the first personal on Brandt. Crandall misses them both, and Brandt gets the rebound for Hastings. Here come the Tigers, leading by 6, 19-13, with 35 seconds to go, first quarter of the state Class A Boys Basketball Championship. Bealow behind the back, off the glass, rebound to James. Here comes Benson, a mile a minute. Crandall doesn't have the numbers, tries to drive it in there, puts it up and in. The basket will count, and he's fouled by Brandt again.
Transition buckets, again, getting the rebound, getting it out quick. Hastings got to get back on the D. Got to sprint back to the paint. Close down the court.
There's another good look at it, and it's the second personal foul on Doug Brandt. 4th team foul for Hastings. Each team has 14 fouls. Crandall to try to complete the three-point play, and he does. So 3 points for Kenya Crandall makes it 19-16. Hastings by 3. Knocked out of bounds by Benson. Hastings will keep it with 18.3 seconds to go in the quarter.
I think, again, the press now Benson's in right now is forcing Hastings up court more and not letting them get into their offensive set. So it's taking them out of their offense.
Doug Brandt with the turnaround. Rebound to James. 11 seconds to go in the quarter. Woolridge will bring it up. Benson, time for one last shot here. 5 seconds. 4. James to Bryant. Misses everything at the buzzer. That's the end of the first quarter of play in the Class A State Boys Championship, and the score is Hastings 19, Omaha Benson 16.
This, of course, is a stop sign. But so is this. And if you want to prove it, just see your NC Plus dealer and try one of these high-performance NC Plus hybrids. They're setting yield standards and stopping traffic all over the country. So see your dealer and plant NC Plus this spring. But just to play it safe, better warn your neighbors. NC Plus, America's down-to-earth seed company.
Cellular phone service was once a luxury reserved for the very rich and very powerful. Fortunately for the rest of us, prices have been shrinking. Today, the convenience of cellular can be very affordable, and nobody makes it more affordable than Lincoln Telephone Cellular. Isn't it time you talked with the leader? Lincoln Telephone Cellular.
Back at the Devaney Sports Center, Class A State Boys Basketball Championship with Hastings leading Benson 19-16. Our guest commentator for this game, Lincoln East Boys basketball coach Paul Forch. And Paul, neither team really lighting it up from the field in the first quarter.
No, Hastings is 7 for 19, 37%. Benson's 5 for 19, 26%. Big thing, of course, Hastings rebound-wise, they got 13 boards. Benson's only got 5.
And there's another rebound for 6'10" Doug Brandt of Hastings. He had 16 rebounds in last night's state semifinal win over North Platte. He was held to only 9 points, but he had 16 big rebounds. He's, of course, a big force inside at 6'10". Already having signed with Baylor University on a basketball scholarship. 19-16, Hastings leading by 3. There's Brandt, he'll shoot, he'll hit!
Right now, Benson switched to a 2-3 zone, and of course that middle is wide open. Guards are clear out to the wings. Brandt flashed across there and got an easy basket.
Woolridge with Brandt guarding him. Woolridge pulls up for 3. Off the heel, Woolridge gets his own rebound. Andre Woolridge along that base, and he gets the bucket. 9 points now for Woolridge, and it's 21-18.
Right now, they're going to be looking for a three-point shot from each of the wings now. And, of course, they're going to flash across high. Right now, they have Simmons playing high, flashing down.
There's Brandt inside, working against Chris James. Back out it goes, now back in to Brandt. This time it's no go. And the little guy, 5'7", Kenya Crandall. Can that guy jump for 5'7"?
He's great. He's a good athlete, very good competitor.
Look at that layup by Kenya Crandall. Benson back within 1 point. Hastings leads at 21-20. Shot no good for Bo Butenbach. Benson with the basketball, quickly down court, Bryant, he'll hold it up. 5:52 to go in the half. Hastings leading at 21-10. Kenya Crandall with the shot, follow try, no good for Bryant, and it's knocked out of bounds by Benson. It'll be Hastings ball.
Again, Crandall's got a lot of penetration, dribble penetration, the big thing that Benson does, and really Crandall's getting a lot of easy stuff coming in here. He's got to find the open man now.
Simmons with the quick pass to Randy Bates. Hastings leading by 1, 21-20, 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Brandt inside again, puts it up and in.
Again, Hastings is bringing the big guys across the lane, and Benson's not denying it. Getting a lot of easy shots in the paint.
9 points now for Brandt, 23-20. There's James inside, answers right back for Benson. Chris James now has 4 points, and it's out of bounds.
Again, the pressure now is not that great, but that pass, of course, was probably one that Joe didn't want him to make down the sideline there. The other guard is wide open backside court. I think another insight here, though, is that Joe Sajovic has some of these kids, of course, in the Vegas All-Star team.
We'll talk more about that in a minute. Right now, there's timeout on the court with 5:08 to go in the half, and the score, Hastings 23, Benson 22.
Planning your future, which way do you go? Make the right choice.
You can make the right choice at Central Community College. Choose from 36 career areas or begin college through our academic transfer program. Campuses located at Columbus, Grand Island, and Hastings.
We put the future in your hands. Central Community College.
There's just one thing most every farmer calls on his mid-range tractor to do: more. The new line of Case International Maxim tractors is up to the task, with power from a 6-cylinder engine, performance from a fully synchronized or power shift transmission, featuring forward and reverse shuttle shift, and protection with a 5-year, 5,000-hour warranty. See your local Case International dealer, coming on strong. Beller and Backus, Humphrey, and Gage County Equipment, Beatrice.
There you see the scoring story. Hastings leading at 23-22, but Benson will have the basketball here, trailing by 1 point. Hastings has led by as many as 6. The game has been tied twice. It's been a pretty tight fit here this whole first half.
Hastings still staying man for man on them. They're trying to get help on Woolridge on the drive.
C.J. Green tries for the stuff and misses it. Down court it comes to Bates.
Great block.
A great defensive play.
Block.
A foul called. Foul called on Hillard Bryant of Benson. Here's another look at Bryant fouling Doug Brandt. Common foul, neither team in the 1-and-1, and so Hastings will inbound under its own goal. Joe Sajovic was the coach of the Las Vegas All-Star basketball team this past summer, a team that included both Andre Woolridge and Doug Brandt.
Well, I think, you know, you really get an added insight. I did that back in '84. I had a lot of kids that I played during the year, and of course you find out a lot more from these kids by working with them rather than just scouting them. So I think he knows probably, you know, Woolridge as well as any coach in the state because he worked with him last summer. And of course he knows his own boy Brandt very well.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why he's got Brandt on Woolridge, knowing so much about Woolridge and, of course, Brandt, too.
Woolridge, and, of course, having a bigger kid on him, he's going to have to change that shot a little bit. He has good vertical jumping ability, but still, that 6'10" kid on him is going to make it a little different.
Shot put up and in by Bo Butenbach of Hastings. Butenbach now with 4 points, and it's 24-22. Hastings make it 25-22. Hastings with the lead by 3. Midway through the second quarter, Woolridge inside, can't make it drop, but now the putback is in by Woolridge.
Setup. Now they got Woolridge inside posting up with Brandt. I mean, he's playing on 6'10". Made a good spin move there, baseline.
Crandall knocks it away into the hands of James. Now Kenya Crandall in the paint, draws the foul again, and Crandall will be back at the free throw line for 2 shots.
I tell you can't let him penetrate in there. He has great ball control, great body control, and he stayed up there until he drew the foul.
Adam Belau called for the foul for Hastings. That's his second personal. And Crandall will be getting the 2 shots. Crandall's been drawing the fouls, but I think he's only made 1 free throw so far.
Well, I think, you know, the big thing with him is he's putting so much pressure on Hastings defense. Hastings plays mainly man all the time. All year long they played man, and he switch all the picks. I look for maybe Hastings go to a little zone later on here.
Second shot also no good, but the rebound followed up and in by C.J. Green. First 2 points of the game for Green, and now each of the 5 Benson starters have scored. Same for Hastings. Each of their 5 starters have scored. Robert Brown in the game for Benson now, as James is going to be called for kicking the ball. Hastings will keep it on its own end. Robert Brown, a 6'2 senior, is in the game for Hillard Bryant for Benson. Brandt gets the inbound pass. It's knocked away by Crandall, and Crandall is called for the foul.
It's the big thing right now is that they're putting the ball, Brandt put the ball on the floor that time, but that speed and quickness, you just about got to catch it and shoot it. I think that's, you know, even though he got the foul on that one, he's going to have to be very careful with that.
26-25. Benson has taken the lead by 1 point, but Brandt is at the free throw line for Hastings. And he ties it up. So it's 26 all, 3rd tie of the game. Brandt now in double figures with 10 points. Second free throw also good, and Doug Brandt puts Hastings back up 27-26. Both teams now in the bonus 1-on-1 free throw situation for the rest of the half. Woolridge in the lane. It dropped. 13 points for Woolridge, answering Doug Brandt's basket, and now it's lost out of bounds. Benson will get it.
Same pass down the sideline here. I think they're trying to go too deep for the ball. Either got to move it up or go back to the other side, reverse the ball, gets the press here. Benson's hurting them a lot on the press. Doing a good job on the press, Benson.
Woolridge against Brandt. Drains it. Andre Woolridge with 15 points now. Half of the Benson 30. 3 minutes to go. First half. Brandt to Butenbach, and it's lost. Here comes Woolridge for Benson. Hastings turns it over again. Woolridge in the paint. He's going to be called for traveling.
Again, Benson's now in a 1-2-1-1 press, like a diamond press.
Timeout on the court with 2:51 to go in the half, and the score in the Class A State Boys Championship, Omaha Benson 30, Hastings 27.
Planning your future, which way do you go? Make the right choice.
Central Community College is the right choice if you want to move ahead, qualify for advancement, or prepare for a new career through our 49-degree and diploma programs. Campuses at Columbus, Grand Island, and Hastings.
We put the future in your hands. Central Community College.
Jeans. Where can you find an unbeatable selection at low prices? The Forts. From jeans and boots to traditional Western wear, at the Fort you'll find something for everyone. Shop the biggest selection in the state and take home big savings. Stock up now on Lee Storm Riders. Straight leg regular fit pre-washed, only $16.98, or pepper wash as low as $19.98. The Fort, Western Outfitters, 56th and Highway 2 in Lincoln.
Back at the Class A Boys State Championship, Benson has opened up a 30-27 lead. Paul, Hastings may be winning the rebounding battle, but they now have 10 turnovers to 4 for Benson, and doesn't matter if you get those rebounds if you turn the ball over.
They just have to take care of it. They're trying to go vertically down the sideline every time instead of reversing the ball like they're doing right now. Now they're looking to get the ball back to the other side.
Jason Cafferty, a 6'2 senior, checks into the game for Hastings. He's number 22 in black. Belau out front for the Tigers. Here's Cafferty, the new man in the game with the ball, looking for Simmons, passes it to Brandt instead. Cross court it goes. Butenbach, Belau, Cafferty, three-point try misses, and the rebound to James. Outlet pass to Crandall. Crandall! Kenya Crandall.
Great outlet pass by James, and of course Crandall took it coast to coast on that one. Really did a good job on it.
Biggest lead of the game for Benson. 5 points, 32-27. Woolridge knocks it out of bounds. 2:06 to go in the half. Hastings will keep it, but we'll have to face that Benson pressure defense. Belau to Cafferty.
Again, Benson still playing a 2-3 zone.
Butenbach shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Benson, knocked out of bounds by Cafferty. And Benson will have it under its own goal. 1:49 to go in the half, and back into the game for Benson is Hillard Bryant, the 6-foot senior. There you see him. He started the game, and back out is Robert Brown for Benson. Woolridge inbounds it, and a foul called on the pass in. A foul called on Belau, number 42 for Hastings.
Can be a costly foul. Belau's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Both teams are in the 1-1, and so now Benson will be at the free throw line. As you look at the Hastings coaching staff there, the man in the shirt sleeves that you can't really see very well is the Hastings coach, Joe Sajovic, in his 6th year. Terry Shelsta in his 11th year as head coach at Benson. Free throw no good, but Woolridge with the putback. Woolridge now with 17 points, and it's 34-27. Benson by 7. Shot no good, but the rebound to Cafferty. His shot no good. Brandt fights for the rebound, knocks it out to Bates. Doug Brandt again, missing again. Belau, touch pass, stolen away by Benson. Kenya Crandall with the ball for the Bunnies. 1:20 to go in the half. Benson leading it by 7. Their biggest lead of the game, 34-27. Woolridge!
Unbelievable. We're going to have to take and close down the seams. He's got to drive about every time.
19 points for Andre Woolridge. Simmons on the other end for Hastings. And the Tigers miss it again. 3-on-2. Fast break. Layup good for C.J. Green. And Benson has sped to a 38-27 lead. An 11-point lead for Benson with 47.7 seconds to go in the first half. What a spurt for Benson.
Well, I think right now it's turned into a transition game, and I'm sure that Hastings likes to play the run a little bit, but not against this kind of speed and quickness.
Hastings with the basketball. Simmons looking for somebody to pass to. Finally gets it down court to Butenbach. Now Hastings tries to go 3-on-3, and a foul is called on James of Benson.
Of course, the big thing right now is that Benson's getting a lot of easy stuff coming down the court. I think I would look for Joe to go to a zone. I know he doesn't like to play zone, but I talked to him last night, and he said he had one possibly ready to go. Because you got to close down that middle. They're just getting too many drives.
Shot put up and in on the free throw by Butenbach. He now has 5 points.
Benson's, the confidence level is coming up now. You're going to have to change some things.
Second free throw for Butenbach. He now has 6, and it's 38-29. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Benson on the attack. Woolridge with the ball. Brandt has gone out of the game for Hastings now. Shot up by Woolridge. Won't go. Rebound, though, to Bryant, and he puts it up and in. Hillard Bryant for Benson.
Game is completely turned around now. Benson seems to be getting the boards, doing a great job on the boards right now.
Ball saved by Hastings, but into the hand of Benson. C.J. Green has it knocked away, and a foul is called on Jason Cafferty of Hastings, stopping the clock with 6.3 seconds to go in the half. And Benson will be back at the free throw line. C.J. Green will shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, he had wide open, that other guy wide open down the bucket. You know, Benson's speed and quickness right now is going to be the big factor. If they don't, Hastings just got to get back on the defense. Got to take care of the ball in the offensive patterns.
Both Belau and Brandt on the bench right now for Hastings. Coach Joe Sajovic trying to protect them probably at this stage with the final seconds of the half about to tick down. There you see him. Doesn't want him to get any cheap fouls in the last second. Just one free throw for C.J. Green, but Benson's James puts it back up and in. And Benson leads at 43-29 at the end of the half. One half of the state Class A boys basketball championship is history. And Omaha Benson has opened up a 14-point lead, 43-29 here at the halftime break. Hastings coach Joe Sajovic just remains on the bench talking with his assistants about what he can do in the second half. We'll see if we can get him over to the interview area for a quick word and see what they are talking about over there. As Benson has gotten 19 points from Andre Woolridge in this first half. Hastings with 11 from Doug Brandt. Those are the only two players in double figures. As Hastings has fallen behind by 14 here. Hastings actually led at one stage by 6 points, but Benson with a big comeback here toward the end of the half, leading now 43-29 at intermission. And let's go over to Jeff Schmall, who's standing by now with Hastings coach Joe Sajovic.
Thank you, Dick. Joe, you guys kind of ran into a buzzsaw there late in the second half, or late in the first half. What can you do in the second half?
Well, we need to get the ball in the middle against our press. We've got to quit giving up those darn offensive boards, and I think we take care of those two things. State tournament time, especially in semis and the finals, every team's going to make their run. We didn't handle theirs very well, but I think we got a couple left of ourselves.
Let's hope so. Good luck in the second half, Joe.
Thanks a lot.
And we'll be back with the Class A All-State team right after this.
Graduating from high school soon? What then? You want a good job? Then you need to consider Southeast Community College. Why? Because in just 2 years, with very little financial investment, you can learn a trade or get your first 2 years of a 4-year education. Starting salaries for many of our graduates range from $18,000 to $32,000. Call us at Southeast Community College. We're a place for all people, and we have a place for you.
Get the feeling of the open road from Hastings Honda. Treat yourself to excitement with motorcycles and ATVs from Hastings Honda. You'll find all of the newest, sharpest machines in stock and a full line of the latest biking accessories. Plus, Hastings Honda offers you quality service on all Honda motorcycles and ATVs. Nothing beats the feeling of wide open spaces from Hastings Honda. Nobody treats you better, nobody. Come ride with us at Hastings Honda, 522 South Elm, Hastings.
The KOLN KGIN Nebraska High School All-State Team Award is sponsored by Lincoln Telephone.
Back at the Devaney Center, Omaha Benson a big lead over Hastings at halftime, and it's now time for our Class A All-State team as voted on by the Class A coaches. Heading up the Class A team at guard, Andy Woolridge of Omaha Benson. Andy is a 6'2" senior who averaged 27 points and 6 rebounds per contest. The other guard spot goes to another fellow Husker basketball recruit, Eric Strickland of Bellevue West, who averaged 26 points and 8 rebounds per game. At center, Joe Vogel of North Platte. Joe's a 6'11" senior who averaged 16 points and 9 rebounds per contest. At forward, Doug Brandt of Hastings. A 6'10" senior, Doug averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds per game. And rounding out the Class A team, Chris Dahl of Ralston. Chris is a 6'5" senior who averaged 17 points and 7 rebounds per contest. The honorable mention players in Class A, Devin Rollins of Millard South, Adam Belau of Hastings, A.J. Scar of Omaha Gross, Mitch Mosser of Ralston, Antoine Young of Omaha North, and John Hess of Lincoln Southeast. And that's the 1992 Class A Coaches All-State Team.
Cellular phone service was once a luxury reserved for the very rich and very powerful. Fortunately for the rest of us, prices have been shrinking. Today, the convenience of cellular can be very affordable, and nobody makes it more affordable than Lincoln Telephone Cellular. Isn't it time you talked with the leader? Lincoln Telephone Cellular.
We're back at halftime of the Class A state championship game. Joining me, Paul Forge, the Lincoln East head boys basketball coach, who is our guest color commentator for this Class A contest. And Paul, what do you think of that Class A all-state team? I know in the voting that those 5 were the overwhelming pick for the team.
Well, I think we're trying to have a little trouble finding, you know, Strickland really and Woolridge then and Brandt really stand out on that team. Vogel, I think, of course, didn't get the recognition down this end because he didn't play down in the metro area. But I really think it's an outstanding team. And Dahl, of course, I think was the main force that had Ralston going all year. So I think it's very good. I think with especially Woolridge, I think he's probably maybe a cut above all of them. Strickland probably falls in there, but right now the way he's playing today, I mean, it's about showtime for him. And yeah, he's close to breaking some records, good records.
Are Strickland and Woolridge maybe the best guard tandem ever out of Nebraska, or real close?
Well, I don't know. You know, I go back a long ways. You know, I think Fred Hare was a great ball player back in the 60s. You know, you look at Mike McGee, who was a great guard. Kent Rickaway that played at East, that was a fine guard. Of course, a little prejudice there, but I think this tandem probably is, with speed and quickness, probably comes close to being as good as what's it been.
Hastings got a chance to come back here in the second half.
I think so. I just believe that they're going to have to take care of the ball against the press. They're going to have to take and keep them off that penetration down the middle. I don't know what Joe, I think, has got a zone, and I think he's going to have to try to do something to stop it. I know he tried to put Brandt on Woolridge, and you know, that's big, and Woolridge still just took it on him, you know, went all the way to the hole on him.
Okay, have fun in the second half, Paul. Our guest color commentator. We'll be back with more halftime activities right after this.
There's just one thing most every farmer calls on his mid-range tractor to do: more. The new line of Case International Maxim tractors is up to the task, with power from a 6-cylinder engine, performance from a fully synchronized or power shift transmission, featuring forward and reverse shuttle shift, and protection with a 5-year, 5,000-hour warranty. See your local Case International dealer. Coming on strong: Geneva Implement Company, Geneva, and Curly Olney's Incorporated, McCook and Imperial.
Our tour today begins with the Chris Smolin Flight Wing, a modern exhibition of athletic performance. You will see how Christopher's flight shoes from Nike express his sense of movement. Observe the use of color,
sublime,
and his incredible shooting ability.
Remarkable. He's priceless.
Actually, he's $3.2 million a year.
Oh.
All exhibits donated by Olympia Village.
At Park Place, your 5-star GMC truck dealer. Looking for a great price on a new truck? Give us a shot. We've got over 160 new GMC trucks in stock, ready to go. 92 GMC Sonoma pickup, just $79.65. Get a 92 Sierra pickup for just $10,388. 92 Sierra 4x4, just $12,988. New Sierra extended cab 4x4 loaded, just $16,488. Hey, don't go bouncing around to all those other truck dealers when you can get the best deal on a truck right here at Park Place, your 5-star GMC truck dealer. 5020 on the north side of O Street, Lincoln.
Omaha Benson opening up a 43-29 lead here at halftime in the Class A state championship. Looking at the first half statistics, Benson making 45% of its shots from the field, 18 of 40. Hastings making 30.3%, 10 of 33. The Tigers with 8 of 9 free throws, Benson with 6 of 12. And in the rebound department, Benson with 18, Hastings with 17 now. While in turnovers, Hastings has 12, Benson 4. And we'll be back with more here from the Class A state championship after this timeout.
And now, here's an important safety tip from NC Plus Hybrids. When you're out in the country this summer, drive carefully, because NC Plus 4275 will be stopping traffic all over this area. At 108 days, it can out-yield hybrids that are a week later and give you lower harvest moisture to boot. So drive safely, and don't get upset if that pickup you're following stops suddenly, because NC Plus 4275 is worth watching.
Next time you need gas, make your choice carefully. Choose a fuel that not only delivers outstanding performance, but is good for the economy and better for the environment. There's one fuel that's American-made from a renewable resource. A fuel that lets any car run cleaner, reducing harmful emissions and air pollution by 25%. Ethanol, 25% cleaner. Next time you need gas, look for an ethanol blend. It's part of the air pollution solution.
Every major city has one great specialty shop, and in Grand Island, it's Bridal World. This prom season, rock the night away with one-of-a-kind formals and dazzling accessories found only at Bridal World in Grand Island. As featured in 17 magazine, Bridal World carries a full line of beautiful formals made by top designers from around the country. You'll sparkle on the dance floor, making an annual high school event an everlasting memory. Remember, the most desirable teenagers in Nebraska wear formals and tuxedos from Bridal World, Grand Island.
We are back at halftime of the Class A state championship game where Omaha Benson leads Hastings 43-29. Joining me is Omaha Benson coach Terry Shelsta. Terry, you got to be pretty happy with the last couple minutes of that first half.
We really turned the tide there in the second quarter, because the first quarter they really had an advantage over us, and then we went to that, went from a man press to a zone press, went from a man set defense to a zone defense, and right now that's got our running game cranked up.
Anything different in the second half, or just more of the same?
Well, the first 3 minutes are really critical right now, as we got to establish momentum again.
Okay, good luck in the second half. Terry Shelsta, the Omaha Benson coach, will be back with the second half of the Class A state championship right after this.
If your sporty car doesn't feel so sporty anymore, you need a change. By the team, the BF Goodrich Tire Team. They'll put on BF Goodrich TA Performance tires. Tires designed just for your sporty car. You'll feel a whole new level of performance.
See your local BF Goodrich dealer at Geneva Tire in Geneva or Tire Master Incorporated in Grand Island.
It's been remarkable. It's been a long time since I've witnessed so many points scored in one quarter. Chemistry on this ball club is the key. Every player seems to sense what the others are going to do. What's out is that these girls are well coached. Their defensive play tonight is... Here we go. She's got the shot away. There's only seconds left.
Student athletes, competitors in the classroom, on the field of play, winners in the game of life.
Nebraska Furniture Mart is having a sale so big, so great, so large, it's mega. Get mega markdowns on brand name furniture, appliances, electronics, computers, carpet, and bedding. Like Michael Howard bedroom furniture at prices that have never been this low. Just $6.99 buys this Michael Howard 7-piece queen-size pier wall. $6.99 includes headboard, light bridge, pier mirror, 2 nightstands, and 2 pier tops. Get mega markdowns at Nebraska Furniture Mart now. Hurry!
Back at the Devaney Sports Center, some University of Nebraska basketball players watching one of their future teammates. There you saw Eric Piatkowski and some of his Nebraska teammates watching Andre Woolridge in action here for Omaha Benson as the Class A state championship moves into the second half. Hastings now moving from left to right in the dark uniforms if you're just joining us. Benson in white will be moving from right to left. Benson leading it 43-29 here at halftime. The same 5 players that started the game have started the second half for each team. And a 3-point goal put up and in by Randy Bates. A big basket there to start.
Big one, and Hastings gone out a high-low deal with Simmons low and Brent high. And they're looking to dump it low, and that time, of course, the guy dropped off, and they threw the ball out to Bates for an easy 3-pointer.
But Andy Woolridge says take that. Answers right back with a 3-pointer, and he now has 22 points. 46-32. Shot no good by Bates. Rebound to Woolridge. 3 on 1. Nice pass by Woolridge. That no-look pass that's kind of his signature pass. He's done that a time or 2 this year.
It's showtime. I tell you, he gets down there so quick, and he's got such great instincts. Right there again.
Woolridge steals it away. Andre Woolridge, another no-look pass to Crandall, but this time a foul as play is stopped. And wow, Andre Woolridge is electrifying this crowd.
Well, the game has gone. The first quarter is a half-court game. You know, Hastings is playing well. Now it's gone a full-court game, and Hastings strictly got to get back on the defense. I mean, he gets the ball off the floor, off the board, dribbled 94 feet with that one.
There was another good look at that pass by Woolridge. I've seen him do that several times this year. He's really good at cradling that ball and passing it off. Kenya Crandall continues to have his problems at the free throw line. He's drawn a lot of fouls in this game, but hasn't made a lot of free throws. He has 7 points. This time it's an air ball, and now Kenya's mind working on him a little bit.
Yeah, the turnaround, I think, this last quarter here, you know, the second quarter has been the rebounds. Unbelievably, Benson's come back here and out-rebounded him something like 13 to 4 in the second quarter and into this quarter.
And wound up having more rebounds at the half. So Benson really coming on. There's Brandt. In and out for him. Tap try, no go. Rebound to Green. And Green throws it out of bounds. Little too tall for Hillard Bryant, and Benson turns it over.
Yeah, I think they need to look to get the ball to Crandall or get it to Woolridge. I'm sure that's what Terry Shelton is telling them right now.
Hastings on the attack. Inside to Simmons now, and Simmons puts it in.
So, short corner, they got the ball down to Brandt baseline. Simmons came down the line wide open for the easy layup.
Woolridge for 3, and Andy Woolridge hits again. That's 25 points for Woolridge. The Class A state record for points in one game is 45. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound to Woolridge, and this time he is fouled. Fouled by Butenbach.
Hastings is playing man. They still got Woolridge shot the ball over Brandt. Brandt kind of turned and shook his head. I think, you know, right now he's in rhythm right now. He's after it.
Yeah. Like, what can you do?
Right.
And here he is again. Andre Woolridge picks up the dribble. Passes to Crandall. Woolridge, they work the lob. This one missed, though. And Hastings comes down with the ball. Randy Bates. Nice fake. Nice shot. 51-36. Benson still leading by 15 points. Their biggest lead, 16. Woolridge shot no good. And here comes Hastings. Benson steals it right back. Crandall with the layup.
Again, you got to take care of the ball, know where the defense is.
And now it's 53-36. Biggest lead of the game, 17 points for Benson. It was close for the
looking high. They've still got a high-low situation. High man's open.
3-point try is good. 3-point shot for Bo Butenbach. He now has 9 points. It's 53-39. Chris James gets away, misses the basket, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Chris James has been a big difference, you know, the game yesterday and the game today. I think he's really come out to play and made a significant difference in their inside because they got great outside players.
James scored 10 points in the Benson win over Ralston yesterday. Their tallest player at 6'7". He'll be getting 2 shots here. And he now has 7 points in this game. There's Coach Joe Sajovic talking to Adam Belau, now on the bench for the Tigers. Second throw good for James. He now has 8 points, and it's 55-39. Benson by 16. James pulls it away, 2-on-1, Woolridge. Here we go.
Well, you know, you got to get back on that. You got to get a good position. I tell you, he has such speed and quickness. You got to score up to him.
Into the lane goes Cafferty, passing back out. Shot no good. James with the rebound, 2-on-1. He wants the lob. Woolridge wants the lob, but Hillard Bryant takes it himself, puts it in, and he's fouled.
Very simply, numbers right now. Benson's getting 2 or 3 guys out on the break every time. Hastings got getting back on it.
Randy Bates called for the foul. Bryant got poked in the eye on that one. He came down 2-on-1 with Woolridge, and Woolridge was pointing like, if give me the lob for a big alley-oop stuff, but Bryant just took it himself, and he completes the 3-point play. 11 points for Hillard Bryant, and there's timeout on the court. with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the score in the Class A state championship is Omaha Benson 60, Hastings 39.
When rain comes into view, cool air surrounding, call me rain. The air of quality, cools with efficiency.
When summer heats up your neighborhood, cool down with a call for reliable, high-efficiency air conditioning from Rheem.
Call me Rheem.
Action Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln, and Myers Heating and Air Conditioning, Grand Island.
Look for the sign.
Top-of-the-line parts.
Red, blue, and white.
Expert advice.
It's a good sign.
Your Big A Auto Parts store,
Keeps your car running right.
where the pros go for auto parts.
Big A, the sign that keeps your car running right.
See your local Big A dealer.
Here's another look at Andre Woolridge, Paul, as he looked off the defender and then just laid it up and in.
He's just, you know, comes down the court, you know he's going to make things happen, and he's got great passing skills, great body control. You know, you just can't say enough about what the, you know, the athletic ability of this individual.
He has 27 points in the game. The Class A state record for tournament points in one game is 45, scored by Kent Reckaway back in 1971, so Woolridge is still a ways away from that. About a quarter and a half to go yet in this game. Cafferty misses the three-pointer. Woolridge with the rebound, and Cafferty fouls him. Either team in the bonus, it'll be a common foul, and Benson will bring it up court.
Foul was by 22 Jason Cafferty. It was his second. 15 foul man.
Again, now Hastings extended their defense a little bit. Still playing man for man, picking them up here. Right now they're going to have to get into a press, I think, with 21 points down.
The Tigers are going to have to take some desperate measures here with 3:37 to go in the third quarter, but they are down by the biggest lead of the game, 21 points for Benson. Really rolling here since the second quarter. And Woolridge hits again. The guy is phenomenal from outside, inside, all around the court. Doug Brandt answers back. 13 points for Brandt, and it's 62-41. Benson. Again by 21 points. C.J. Green and Hillard Bryant out front. Benson with the four-guard offense. You're not going to steal it away from Woolridge.
No, they're looking for seams right now. We're going to drive and penetrate.
Bryant traveled. He took a step before he took his dribble. And now Adam Belau comes back into the game for Hastings, and Randy Bates goes to the bench to take a rest for the Tigers. There you see Bates, Belau, the 6'3" senior guard, averaging 14.9 points a game coming into the tournament. As the Tigers go on offense, Simmons out to Belau for three. Belau misses. Follow try put in nicely by Bo Butenbach.
Again, a good job on the boards by Hastings. I think it's going to be a key right now. But I think Benson's looking to get out on a break a little bit, and they can rebound pretty well in if they stay in there.
Coach Terry Shelsta of Benson says the three game, asks for the three game from his team. Woolridge, whistle stops play. A foul. A foul is called on Doug Brandt of Hastings. Third personal foul on Brandt, the 6'10" senior center for Hastings. 16th foul on Hastings here in the second half. Benson has not committed a foul here in the second half.
Right now at the present time, I think, Hastings doing a pretty good job defensively, is staying in pretty good position on them. They're playing a three-man passing game here. Again, I think they're looking either for penetration, either by Chandler or by Woolridge.
And here's Andre Woolridge behind the back. He travels. no basket. He traveled with the ball. C.J. Green was probably about as surprised as anybody to find that ball right in his hands. It was such a slick pass, he didn't even know it was there. 62-43, Benson leading with 1:47 to go in the third quarter. Hastings with the ball, though. Brandt drives the base and makes a nice move inside. James goes to the court, and a foul is called on Jason Cafferty of Hastings. And that is the seventh team foul for Hastings.
They move Brandt to kind of the baseline now, looking for this jumper off the baseline of the drive. And he's an excellent driver, and of course a good shooter off the baseline.
So we will go to the other end of the court for 1-1. Benson will be at the free throw line, leading 62-43, 1:37 to go, third quarter. Some of the Benson Bunny fans along the way. It's been since 1920 that Omaha Benson has won a state boys basketball championship. Benson won the Class E state title back in 1920. It's their 29th year, though, at state. They've been here a lot, but have never won the title since the 20s.
I think last year they came down, and I think first ball game, and they lost, went home early. And I'm sure right now, these kids are still in the end of this game, you know, the championship. So the confidence levels are getting high. I believe it's going to be tough to play them the rest of the way here. Going to have to really get after them.
C.J. Green with the free throw, makes them both. He now has 7 points, and it's 64-43. Again, the biggest lead of the game, 21 points for Benson. Hastings with the ball, inside to Brandt. Brandt makes it, and now has 15 points.
Good shot's open all the time in there, and the post is playing low, playing off of Brandt. That's wide open.
64-45. Omaha Benson with C.J. Green with the scoop. C.J. Green makes it 66-45. Again, the 21-point lead. Shot for Josh Patterson of Hastings. Three-point shot for Josh Patterson, his first points of the game.
Hastings get hot on the threes. They get back to this ball game real quick, and they have some very good three-point shooters.
Hastings is a tall team, but they also can handle the ball play from outside. Woolridge again. 31 points for Woolridge, and James is called for the foul, knocks the ball away from Josh Patterson. Patterson is just 5'10", a senior, and there Chris James, who you're looking at, is 6'7". And he knocked the ball away, and it will just be a common foul, I believe. That's just the first team foul for Benson in the second half. 33.8 seconds to go in the third quarter, and that's just the first foul of the second half for Benson. Now Robert Brown back in for Kenya Crandall for the Bunnies. Also in Art Tyler, a 6'2" senior for Benson. Three-point shot, no go for Butenbach. Brandt fights for the rebound, and a jump ball is called. Art Tyler, who just came in the game, fighting for that ball with Brandt. And on the alternating possession, it will go to Benson. The arrow pointing Benson's way, as you can see, with 25.3 seconds to go, third quarter. Benson leads it by 20 points, 68-48. Andre Woolridge with 31 points so far, misses that one, and it's knocked out of bounds off Benson. It'll be Hastings' ball.
Again, the ball gets down the other end. I think Woolridge is looking to go every time with the ball right now. They're going to have to get some help on him. People are playing off too much, and other people coming off and helping on the drive.
Woolridge reaches in on Brandt, and Woolridge is called for the foul. So Doug Brandt will move to the line. There you see Woolridge reaching in, and even if he got all ball, a lot of officials, most officials will call that reaching in call.
I think that they're going to try to collapse more on Brandt on the inside. They know right now that Hastings trying to go to him all the time.
And he draws the foul. Two Benson players trying to block the ball or rake him down, but we got a little piece of him also. Chris James with the foul, his third personal, so he'll go to the bench. Jeff Van Avery, the 6'5 junior, number 52, back in for James, now with 3 fouls, and Grant will be at the line for 2 shots. 3.1 seconds left in the third quarter. Grant makes the first, and will be getting a second. They say he was fouled in the act of shooting, and he has now 17 points. And it's 68-49, just 2 seconds left, and Green doesn't realize it. That's the end of the third quarter. Time expires in the third quarter of play here in the Class A State Championship, and the score is Omaha Benson 68, Hastings 50.
I like sports. I love Ford trucks.
You'll have to decide for yourself which one America loves more. Right now at Seward County Ford Lincoln Mercury, you can find a huge selection of Ford F-Series trucks, Explorers, and Rangers. Come in and buy now. They sell vehicles for less and follow up their sale with quality care.
Come buy a truck from my mom named Dean Peck. Or my dad, Gary Gross. Seward County Ford Lincoln Mercury.
Every major city has one great specialty shop, and in Grand Island, it's Bridal World. This prom season, rock the night away with one-of-a-kind formals and dazzling accessories found only at Bridal World in Grand Island. As featured in 17 magazine, Bridal World carries a full line of beautiful formals made by top designers from around the country. You'll sparkle on the dance floor, making an annual high school event an everlasting memory. Remember, the most desirable teenagers in Nebraska wear formals and tuxedos from Bridal World, Grand Island.
Back at the Devaney Sports Center, we're underway in the fourth quarter of the Class A State Boys Championship. Hastings and Omaha Benson. A foul is called on Hillard Bryant of Benson. There you see him, number 24. A reminder to our 10-11 viewers that we will be joining the Big 8 basketball semifinal from Kansas City between sessions here. The game between Iowa State and Oklahoma State will be joined at the conclusion of this Class A State High School Championship on 10-11. Shot put up and in by Doug Brandt.
That's the figure they're looking for all the time. That's wide open. Brandt popping up through the middle. They got Simmons low, so they go high low on it, or they can pop it back out for a three-point shot.
68-52, 16-point lead for Benson. They have led by as many as 23. Andre Woolridge, he'll shoot, he'll hit! What a shooting percentage for Andre Woolridge, another three-pointer. He now has 34. Again, the Class A state record is 45. He's 11 away. Brandt with the rebound to Simmons. Simmons puts it in.
They still got Hastings still playing man for man, and Brandt still playing on Woolridge. But again, you know, he's getting a lot of lean-in shots coming down the lane. You know, very simply going to have to stop that.
Really no place on the court that you can defense him. Doug Brandt gets the foul. His fourth personal, so now Brandt in foul trouble. He has 4 fouls, the 6'10 Doug Brandt with 4 fouls. And C.J. Green is at the line for Benson. Brandt with the rebound. He's going to have to play carefully now for the last 7 minutes here.
Going to have to change defense. We're going to have to take Brandt off of Woolridge, I'm sure, or go to a different defense. Can't leave him on there with 4 fouls.
Breakaway for Woolridge. Whoa! The stop for Andre Woolridge.
That's what you call showtime now, I believe.
I believe that's what you call it. 36 points for Woolridge, and he steals it again. Here comes Woolridge, one-on-one. He makes it again. And he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line to try to make the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Look at Andre Woolridge. Well, he's just having himself some fun now.
He's having a great day. And right now, his confidence level is at all-time high, I believe, right now, playing in front of this crowd and playing for the state championship.
75-54. Benson with the lead, and Woolridge completes the three-point play. 39 points now for Woolridge. And timeout is called with 6:27 to go in the game, and the score, Omaha Benson 76, Hastings 54.
your neighborhood cool down with a call for reliable, high-efficiency air conditioning from Rheem.
Call me Rheem.
Capital Heating and Air Conditioning, Lincoln, and Myers Heating and Air Conditioning, Grand Island.
Why mess with a good thing? Then I saw how Ford took the Taurus, one of Car and Driver's top 10 cars, and made it better. And better. And even better. Now it's a very good thing. Ford Taurus. Prepare to be impressed.
And right now, you can get a Ford Taurus, any Ford Taurus, with $500 cash back. Add that to your option package discount, and you could save $1,200. But it's only for a limited time, so see your local Ford dealer today.
There's a look at the Benson Bunnies on their way to their first state championship. And Paul, one of your past Lincoln East players, Kent Reckaway, has the state record in Class A for most points in one game, 45. That's the class record, Class A record. And Woolridge now has 39, and with 6:26 to go, I think maybe Reckaway's record is in jeopardy.
I think it's in jeopardy. It's a record has been there for about 21 years, but I'll tell you, Woolridge is playing right now. I would look for it to go.
It was 1971 when Reckaway set that Class A record. And now here comes Benson again, and again the transition basket for Hillard Bryant this time. And Benson goes up 78-54, biggest lead of the game, 24 points. Brandt inside for Hastings, misses the shot, but he's fouled by James, and Brandt will be at the line for two.
I think a big thing right now is field goal wise. Benson this half is 12 for 18, 67%. Hastings is 10 for 21 for 48. Overall, Benson's 30 for 58, Hastings 20 for 54. So it's quite a discrepancy there in field goal percentage.
Brandt will be at the line for the two shots, and he gets the roll. Into the game for Benson is Joe Van Avery, the 6'5" junior, and out goes Chris James, now with 4 fouls. Brandt makes his second free throw. He now has 21 points. With about a minute and a half to go in that other Big 8 semifinal in Kansas City this afternoon, Kansas is leading Oklahoma 77-64, and there is Woolridge again, this time a 2-point shot. 41 points for Woolridge. And now a nice pass to Brandt, and Brandt puts it up and in, and he's fouled by Green.
Going back to the other court now, they still have Brandt, got 4 fouls, still playing on Woolridge, so that's a critical matchup right now. Hastings cannot afford to lose Brandt. They got to keep him in the game.
The 6'3" C.J. Green fouling the 6'10" Doug Brandt. And Brandt will try to complete the 3-point play right here with his team down by 22 big ones. Brandt does complete the 3-point play, make it 80-59 now with 5:35 to go in the game. Woolridge around Brandt, and he puts it up and no good. The foul called, it's going to be on Simmons as Brandt had to back off with those 4 fouls. And so Simmons picks up the foul for Hastings, number 54. There you see him. And Woolridge will be at the free throw line to try to boost that point total. He now has 41, the Class A record for points in any one tournament game, 45, Kent Reckaway, Lincoln East, 1971. And Woolridge now has 42. And the thing about it for Woolridge in this game, Paul, he's hardly missed anything. Free throws, field goals, he's hardly missed the basket.
Except for shooting. The first 2 games, I think down here, he was something like 8 for 24 and shooting about 30, in the 30%, you know, someplace in there. And today he's really in sync, you know, he's really doing a good job.
Talk about a guy feeling it. 43 points for Andre Woolridge. He's going to be spending a lot of time on this Sports Center floor for the University of Nebraska team, having already signed with the Cornhuskers. And those Nebraska players you saw watching this game have to be real anxious to get Woolridge on their side. Simmons for Hastings. Woolridge knocks it away. And finally, Belau puts it up. No good for Belau. Still fighting for it. Now Brandt. Doug Brandt hits it for Hastings.
I think Woolridge blocked that with his feet. He was so high in the air.
He did. He kicked it with his foot, and the ball was held about chest high by the Hastings player. 82-61, Woolridge. He finally misses one, but the tap-in put in by C.J. Green.
Hastings got to block off on the boards. We're getting a lot of stuff on the backside here.
Belau turns it over, and Benson will get it. 4:29 to go in the game, and now some Benson substitutes come in. Art Tyler, 6'2 senior. There you see him, number 42 comes in. Also Robert Brown, 6'2 senior back in. Hillard Bryant and C.J. Green go out for the Benson Bunnies. And James is also on the bench with 4 fouls for the Bunnies. Woolridge again. Misses again. And the rebound comes down to Belau. Lead pass to Doug Brandt, and Brandt with a nice try, but it won't go. Rebound to Woolridge. Down court pass. He could see his man down there. And the basket won't go, but Robert Brown is fouled, and Woolridge could see that guy on the other end of the court when he was standing under the basket with everybody else from both teams all around him.
Unbelievable. Take the ball off the board, hang it in the air, and throw the ball then about 70 feet in the air.
Yeah. What a player. Timeout on the court with 4:06 to go in the game, and the score, Omaha Benson 84, Hastings 61.
This, of course, is a stop sign. But so is this. And if you want to prove it, just see your NC Plus dealer and try one of these high-performance NC Plus hybrids. They're setting yield standards and stopping traffic all over the country. So see your dealer and plant NC Plus this spring. But just to play it safe, better warn your neighbors. NC Plus, America's down-to-earth seed company.
Our tour today begins with the Darryl Strawberry Cross-Training Wing, a modern exhibition of athletic performance in its purest form. As you can see, Darryl has many techniques, all derived from his cross-training shoes by Nike. Notice his precision and unwavering concentration.
His work's improved since he left New York.
It's a West Coast thing.
All exhibits donated by Olympia Village.
Robert Brown will be at the free throw line for Omaha Benson.
I think maybe they ought to take Woolridge out now, you know? Get 43 points, let him rest for a while.
Be interesting to see how long Terry Shelston does leave him in the game. He needs just 2 more points for the Class A tournament record for points in one game. The all-time tournament record for points in a game is 52, set by Kim Verhusen of Adams in 1972. Hastings brings it down. Shot no good for Patterson. Forced shot no good again, but the follow is in by Butenbach.
Hastings doing a good job on the offensive boards now, but you know, they need a lot of points here. Got to get some 3-pointers.
Shot blocked that time. Woolridge had the shot blocked. Tap try no good for James, who's back in the game. Here comes Patterson. It's blocked, but it's going to be goaltending. Goaltending called on Andre Woolridge, and the basket will count for Josh Patterson. Basket interference. Watch Woolridge get up. Yeah, it was even off the glass when he tapped it.
Yeah.
So Patterson gets the basket, 84-65, 3:30 to go in the game. Woolridge, he'll shoot. He'll hit again, even with the man right in his face.
You know, he's on fire right now.
And
I
that
think you're better off
ties,
getting up on him and making him drive the ball rather than letting him shoot it right now.
that ties the Class A record for points in one game. 45 points for Andre Woolridge. Ties the record set by Kent Reckaway of Lincoln East in '71. That's the Class A record. The all-time individual record is 52, so Woolridge still needs 7 for that. Good luck at Andre Woolridge right there, number 32, one of the top high school players in the country, and he has proved it today. Butenbach misses. Woolridge gets the rebound, throws it down court. That was kind of a wild pass that time.
Yeah, it wasn't too well thought out.
And Grant has it blocked, but he is fouled by Van Avery, number 52 for Benson, and so Grant will be at the free throw line. Well, it'll be interesting to follow the college careers of these players. Doug Brandt will be playing at Baylor University. Andre Woolridge and Eric Strickland here at Nebraska.
And they have, you know, Strickland, of course, and also then, of course, Woolridge. Then they also have, you know, some other kids that are redshirted that are going to be coming on here too. So they got some great quickness coming here. Badgett probably is as quick as any of these kids.
Grant makes both free throws, 26 points. We had an interview with Danny Nee between the first two games, the Nebraska basketball coach talking about how there will be 7 players with Nebraska ties on his team next year. Woolridge misses the chance to break the state Class A record, and a jump ball called on the rebound. Woolridge with 45 points, 2:54 to go in the game, and Terry Shelsta keeping his seniors in there now.
I doubt if he takes him out. I think he's close to the state record. I guess if I were coaching, I'd say go get it. I mean,
2:50 to go in the game. Butenbach steals it away. And a foul will be called on Art Tyler. Well, all of these guys for Benson, all of these players that have been playing in this game are seniors, except for Van Avery, the 6'5" junior who has come off the bench, but everybody else seniors. So Benson has some rebuilding to do next year.
Yeah, I think, but you know, Omaha, they got a great talent pool up there, and I'm sure, and Terry does such a great job, you know, with the kids he gets, so they'll be very competitive.
Let's see if they can get it to Woolridge. Here he is, 2:42 to go. Andre Woolridge for 3, off the lip. Van Avery taps it back to Crandall. Crandall puts it up, and he's fouled by Butenbach. Well, Woolridge has cooled off a little bit, but he's still pretty hot.
I think he's moving out a little bit. He was out on that one there about 3 feet or so past the three-point line, so he's falling a little short. Maybe his arm's getting tired.
Yeah. He probably will have a sore arm after this shooting exhibition. Kenya Crandall continues to miss his free throws. He has 9 points in the game. It's 86-67. A look at the Hastings bench tells the story as Benson is making this a runaway. Now Crandall hits double figures. 4 men have hit double figures now for Benson. Every one of their starters but James. James has 8. Shot for Bates, no go. Rebound fought for, and a jump ball will be called. 2:24 to go in the ball game. And now Benson starts to go to its bench. Mark Armstrong, a 5'7" junior, comes in, and Kenya Crandall goes off in his final high school appearance to a big ovation from the Bunnies fans. Crandall goes out having scored 10 points, and now Shelsta's going to take these Benson guys out one by one. His seniors. A foul called on Art Tyler of Benson, and Josh Patterson will be at the free throw line for 3 shots, I think, for Hastings, a 3-point try, with Benson leading it by 20.
Of course, Hastings at present time, I think, has mainly a 3-point shooting lineup in with Brent playing on the inside. They've taken Simmons out, and of course, making up this 20-point deficit, you know.
Not much you can do.
No.
Not much you can do here in this 4th quarter. And Patterson will have 2 more free throws coming. There probably are a lot of college teams that couldn't have beat Benson the way they were playing today.
Well, I'll tell you, they were, of course, Woolridge adds such a dimension to a team. And no matter what team he's on, he's going to be able to make a lot of things happen.
87-69. Patterson with 7 points with the 2 free throws. And now here's Woolridge, and he loses the handle, but a foul is called. A foul is called, and so Woolridge will be at the free throw line with a chance to break the Class A state tournament record for points in one game. He has 45. He's tied right now, so he just needs 1 more free throw here.
I think the Benson coaches are talking about it right now. I think they're discussing where he is point-wise, and the scorekeeper's on the end of the bench there. So,
and there it is. 46 points for Andre Woolridge. That breaks the Class A state tournament record for points in one game. He is still 6 away from the all-time state record of 52. And now that's 47. 47 points for Andre Woolridge, and it's a 30-point lead, 89-69, 20-point lead, I should say. 3-point goal put in by Patterson. 10 points for Patterson, and it goes out of bounds with 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left in the game. Benson leading 89-72. Hastings will get the basketball. Exactly 2 minutes left here in this Class A state championship. Well, Benson #1 in the ratings most of the year, and they are going to finish on top. Patterson, he'll put it up for 2. Rebound is put in, and a foul called. The basket will count for Butenbach, and he'll be at the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Now, Hastings doing a good job right now on a half-court offense, but of course it's a little bit too late here to really make it count. But I really think, this Benson team with the speed and quickness, it's tough to play a full-court game. You got to stay in a half-court game with them.
Tap try on the free throw, missed by Brandt, no good. Van Avery was called for that last foul for Benson. Now here comes Woolridge. He has 47 points in the lane. Woolridge misses the layup this time, and Brandt with the rebound. 1.5 minutes to go. Cross court it goes to Patterson. Patterson back out to Butenbach. Rebound down to Woolridge. 2-on-1. Here comes Andre Woolridge. And it's knocked away, but a foul called on Belau.
Belau, is that 5 on him now?
He's going to the bench. Adam Belau fouls out of the game, having scored just 2 points. Belau scored just 2 points, and those came in the first quarter. He averaged 14.9 coming into the game, so just 2 for Belau. The 6'3" senior finishes his high school career for the Hastings Tigers.
Belau has been a great player from all year. Really, I have to tell you, he's an excellent ball handler. Even as a sophomore, he started, and he's really got a lot of experience. So he's had a great career at Hastings.
And here's Andre Woolridge back at the free throw line. 48 points. The only question in this game now is how many will Woolridge score? 48. He needs 4 more for the all-time state tournament record. Misses that free throw. The all-time state tournament record is 52. Still 1:14 to go. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Benson. Here's Woolridge on the break again. Andre Woolridge misses the shot, but he's fouled, and he'll be back at the free throw line again. He needs just 4 more points to equal the all-time state record of 52, and here he is again.
Well, he's got some good shots coming in here off the glass and so on, but he's, maybe he's feeling that little extra pressure right now.
You'd think he'd be a little tired. All the running and jumping he's done in this game. He's played the whole game. 49 for Woolridge.
Think about Woolridge. He's got such great upper body strength, his upper shoulders and so on. He's a very good physical specimen for basketball.
Just an outstanding athlete.
Yeah.
Into the game for Hastings, Neil Hansel, 6'1" senior. Gary Thompson, 6'3" senior. Randy Bates and Doug Brandt go out of the game, playing their final moments in high school, and Woolridge misses the second free throw. He stays at 49 points with 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go in the game. Shot blocked away, put back, no good, and a foul called on the fight for the rebound. It's going to be on Van Avery.
I guess this is a kind of a tough thing for Terry Shelston now, right now. Whether you take him out and, not go for the record and let these other kids sitting on a bench who've been there all year long playing this championship game. But, on the other hand, there's probably one of the better ball players we've had in the state for a long time who's got a chance for a record.
The free throw no good. The state record for points in one game in Class A is 91, and that's what Benson sets on right now. So they have tied the team record for points in one game. Now Woolridge is blocked, and he's fouled, and he'll be back at the free throw line again. So another chance to break the 50-point barrier. 3 teams hold the state record for Class A for points in one game in the state tournament. Omaha Tech in 63, Omaha Benson in 66, and your Lincoln East team, Paul, in 1990 scored 91.
Yeah. So,
the all-time state record, though, is 100 points set by Sutton in 1990. But Benson is setting right on that 91 team points right now, and Woolridge is setting on 49. 46 seconds to go in the game. And Woolridge starting to lose his touch here a little bit.
maybe his intensity level dropped a little bit. I don't know. Maybe he knows all this is going on, I'm sure.
50 points for Woolridge. And Woolridge is going to go out of the game. 50 points for Andre Woolridge. He falls just 2 points shy of the all-class, all-time state record, but his 50 points breaks the Class A state record for points in one game. 50 points for Andre Woolridge. 92 for Benson. That breaks the Class A team record for points in one game in the state tournament. And now 28 seconds left. Reserves are going to finish this one up. Shot is blocked by Art Tyler. And for Hastings, Todd Packwell, a 6'3" junior, will be at the free throw line. He'll be getting 2 shots. In the Big 8 semifinal game in Kansas City, Kansas beat Oklahoma 85-67. Kansas advances on to the Big 8 finals as Todd Packwell gets in the scorebook. And a putback, no good, and another foul stops the clock with 22.7 seconds left. Another Benson sub, Robert Holmes, number 44 there, gets the foul. 6'5" junior.
I think right now they're, you know, everyone's going for the bucket themselves, and I think it's ended up right now for going to be a free throw contest down the stretch here.
Gary Thompson gets in the scorebook with a free throw. And it's 92-76, 22.7 seconds left in the game. Second one, no good. Rebound to Benson. 20 more seconds left in this one. Tyler's shot, no good. Another putback, no good. And Tyler finally puts it in. 4 seconds left. It's stolen, and a foul is called. Clay Kinman of Benson will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. He was really hammered by Todd Packwell. Just 3 seconds left in the game.
State record's what, 100 points, right?
100 points. Sutton set the all-time state record in 1990. So Benson won't get that, but Benson does set the Class A record for points in one game in the state tournament with 94. Clay Kinman gets the free throw. And the putback. And time expires on the Class A state championship. The final score, Omaha Benson 95 and Hastings 76. Omaha Benson finishes as the Class A state champion with a 22-3 record. Hastings finishes state runners-up with a 19-4 mark. 50 points, and even 50 for Andre Woolridge as Benson wins it 95-76. And we'll be back with the Class A state medal and trophy presentations after this timeout.
Gas and Shop people are the greatest. They'll greet you with a smile. They're the neighborhood store that offers more, and they'll make your stop worthwhile. A full line of convenience food, self-service gas that saves. It's just a quick step to Gas and Shop. They're never too far away. Gas and Shop, good and friendly, and never too far away. Just around the corner, we're Gas and Shop.
Next time you need gas, make your choice carefully. Choose a fuel that not only delivers outstanding performance, but is good for the economy and better for the environment. There's one fuel that's American-made from a renewable resource. A fuel that lets any car run cleaner, reducing harmful emissions and air pollution by 25%. Ethanol, 25% cleaner. Next time you need gas, look for an ethanol blend. It's part of the air pollution solution.
Over the last 10 years, our cherished belongings have disappeared right before our eyes. What a crime. Thanks to your phone calls, you helped recover almost $4 million worth of stolen property and illegal drugs in the Lincoln area alone, and even more throughout the state of Nebraska. You've also helped Crime Stoppers close the door on criminals. If you have information about a crime and want to remain anonymous, call 475-3600 in Lincoln or check your directory for your local Crime Stoppers number.
Back at the Devaney Sports Center, the Omaha Benson Bunnies have finished as the Class A state champions for 1992, beating Hastings 95-76 here in the state championship game. Let's run down the scoring for Hastings. 6'10" Doug Brandt led the Tigers with 26 points. Brandt had an outstanding game in his own right with the 26. Three other men in double figures for Hastings. Bo Butenbach had 15, Mike Simmons had 11, and Josh Patterson had 10. Randy Bates had 8. Adam Belau was held to just 2. And Todd Tackwell and Gary Thompson added 1 apiece at the end to account for the 76 Hastings points. There you see the Tigers getting their runner-up medals. For Benson, 50 points for Andre Woolridge, a new Class A record for points in a single game in the state tournament. 3 other men in double figures for the Bunnies. Hillard Bryant had 13. C.J. Green had 11. Kenya Crandall 10. Chris James had 8. Art Tyler added 2, and Clay Kidman 1 to account for the 95 Benson points. Also a new Class A state tournament record for points in one game, 95 points for Benson, as Hastings raises the runner-up trophy for Class A for 1992. Now let's turn it over to PA announcer Ed Kimball, who will handle the trophy and medal presentations to Omaha Benson.
Now, Coach Shelster, will you please hand out the gold medals to your championship team members? Lloyd Scaife. Clay Kinman. Mark Armstrong. Robert Brown. Art Tyler. Robert Holmes. Jeff Van Avery. Kenya Crandall, who scored 10 today. Hillard Bryant, who scored 13. C.J. Green, who scored 11. Andy Woolridge, who now holds the Class A state tournament scoring record with 50 points. And Chris James. And now, Bunnies, here's your state championship trophy. The Benson Bunnies, 22-3 and state Class A high school champions. Congratulations, Bunnies.
The Class A state championship won by Omaha Benson 95-76. As Benson finishes with a 22-3 record, Hastings finishes 19-4. Here's a look at the final statistics. For Hastings, 26 of 79 from the field for 32.9%. For Benson, 35 of 76, 46.1%. The free throws for Benson, 21 of 37, 56.8%. For Hastings, 19 of 24, 79.1%. Rebounds, Benson with 42, the taller Hastings team with 36. and Hastings with 17 turnovers to 9 for Benson. But the big story is Andre Woolridge with 50 points for the Benson Bunnies, a new Class A state tournament record for points in one game. 50 points for Andre Woolridge, the University of Nebraska basketball recruit who really put on a show today. He had 26 points in each of the first 2 tournament games for Benson. So 102 points for Woolridge in the tournament, but that's still not quite the Class A or state tournament record for points in the tournament, but he does get the record for points in one game, and Benson sets the team record for points in one game with 95, breaking the old record of 91 that had been held by 3 teams in Class A. The all-time state tournament record for points in one game, though 100, Benson falls 5 points short of that. But Benson does win the game 95-76 to finish as the Class A state champions for 1992. Benson coach Terry Shelsta making his way over here, as well as the victorious Benson Bunny players. And we'll get a chance to talk to them about their victory. Let's see if we can get Andre Woolridge over here. Andre with 50 points in the game as the Benson players come off the court with their medals and state championship trophy. First of all, here's Chris James. Chris James of Benson has joined us. Chris, a big victory for Benson, of course, a lot of points. Your thoughts about winning this state championship?
Well, when we're remembered in the future, we won't be the team that had a good season, but we won it all. About time we won it all.
It's been 1920 since Benson won a state championship, winning the Class E title back then, and I know that's something that your coach has pointed out to you throughout the tournament, throughout the year.
Yep. He's reminded us of that all year. We had to prove it to the whole state of Nebraska that we are the best team in the state.
Now,
we are the best team in the state.
Hastings, a much taller team, but you were able to control things pretty well underneath. You actually out-rebounded the taller Hastings team.
We started out in a man-to-man, and it just wasn't going to work. They're just too tall for us. We're quicker than them, so we decided to go to a zone, try to pinch Doug Brandt a little bit. We knew he'd get 20, 25 points. You know, you can't stop a shooter like that. He's a great ball player. So we just try to control everyone else, rebound the ball, get a running game going, and try to wear him out. That's what we did.
Chris, an outstanding job for Benson. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Andre Woolridge. Andre, let's bring you in here. 50 points in the game. Must feel pretty good to have the net, the medal, and the trophy in hand, and a Class A state championship.
Right. It feels great. We worked all season to do this way back before the season even started, when we were in conditioning, the hard, long practices at the beginning of the season. We worked our hardest, and I feel we deserve it.
Your reaction to the game you had, 50 points, that's a new Class A state record. How aware were you of the record as you finished up the final points of the game?
I wasn't that aware of it. First of all, I want to thank God Almighty, because without his blessings, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But as the game went on, when I came out of halftime, I knew I had 19, and then the fans started telling me how many points I needed, and I just went for it.
You were really feeling it today. It seemed like for a while there you just could not miss.
Yeah, I came out. All through the tournament, I felt my jump shot was a little bit too long. So I came out today and practiced shooting it short, and it started falling, and everything was just going good for me.
Inside and outside, here's a look. If you can look at the monitor here, Andre, one of the fast break baskets, you guys just got these time and time again.
Yeah, that's what I call the reverse slam. I just went up and took it behind my head. Yeah, we got a lot of layups today.
You had a real Showtime slam right there. You know, some University of Nebraska players we showed during the telecast were setting toward the end of the basket right there, and they had to be thinking to themselves, they're really glad to have you on their team coming up in the future.
Yeah, I can't wait to get up here next year and play with them. We should be able to play really well together.
And Omaha Benson with a lot of seniors graduating, but what a way to go out.
Right. Thank you.
All right, Andre, thank you very much. 50 points for Andre Woolridge as the Benson Bunnies win it. Now let's bring in Hillard Bryant. Hillard, congratulations to you. And you had 13 points today, and you guys just seem to be able to get that running game going. And once you got it going, you know, there just weren't many teams. The Celtics weren't going to stop you today.
Yeah, we try to get our running game going because they was a much taller team. We think we can get our running game going. Can't nobody stop us because they kind of tall and kind of slow. So we just try to get our running game going.
Talk a little bit about what it means to hold that state championship trophy and a piece of the state championship net on your medal.
It feels so good. It feels better than last year. I'm just glad my senior year and we took it. I'm just happy, real glad.
It's nice to have a player like Andre Woolridge to pass to and work with.
Yes, it is. He, in practice and everything, he make us work harder because we know he's Andy and we got to work harder to try to do what we can to help him out.
Okay, Hillard, take a look at the screen here, and you can see one of the fast break baskets that you got right there. Time and time again, that seemed to work for you guys.
Yeah, at first I was kind of scared because he kind of threw that little one-hand pass, and I'm just glad I caught him and put it in.
It seemed like, you know, Hastings kind of had things going pretty good there in the first quarter, but then once you guys caught fire, you just went crazy.
Yeah, at first we wasn't doing so good with our defense, so we just slapped on a 50 press, and that seemed to get us going, get our running game going. We just busted a big lead open.
Okay, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, and let's bring in Kenya Crandall. Kenya, the 5'7" senior, gets a chance to hold the trophy and talk about this state championship win. Your thoughts about winning the state title for the first time since 1920 for Benson?
I'm very excited, and I know the fellas are very excited. We just came out to play tonight, and we knew if we ran the floor and kept them running that we'd come out with a victory.
Now, Kenya, there were a few times when you at 5'7" went up against Brandt at 6'10", and sometimes you did pretty well.
Well, you know, I always contest the shooters and make them try to foul me because I'm only 5'7", and when you go into the hole, you got to go to the hole hard and strong.
It seemed like that was a big key for Benson, was your penetration in there. That been something you've been trying to do all year long?
Yes, I've been trying to penetrate and kick the ball out to Andy and the other players. And, you know, once we got everything going, it seemed to pick up at the end.
Let's take a look at the screen here. Kenya is number 10. See if you can remember what happened right here. Another one of those fast breaks.
Came away with a steal when he tried to turn around and do a little move there. I don't know what he did, but kind of picked his pocket.
Now, Kenya, you missed a few free throws in this game. Your thoughts about that?
Well, you know, I came into this game with a knee injury. My knee was sore from the other two games, and wasn't really bending my knees well at the free throw line.
All right, well, congratulations, though, on the 10 points you scored and on the win. Good luck to you in the future.
Thanks.
Okay, Kenya Crandall. And now let's bring in C.J. Green. C.J. had 11 points in the game. Your thoughts about winning this state championship?
Well, you know, it really feels good. You know, I went to Burke last year, and I didn't think I would ever make this chance to the state tournament, but things turned around for me this year at Benson, and I'm really proud for us and the team.
Okay, let's take a look at the screen here. CJ is number 30 in action right here. You can really get off the floor. You got a nice scoop to the hoop right there.
Well, you know, we were supposed to set up an offense, but I couldn't find no man, so I just had to do what I could do best, and that's go to the hole by driving.
All right, congratulations to you.
Thanks.
Okay, Terry Shelsta, the head coach of Benson, is standing by. Let's get a quick word from Terry. Coach, your thoughts about winning the state championship for the first time since 20?
Yeah, none of us were around in 1920, though, but I'm really happy for our seniors. We've got 7 seniors on the ball club that have worked so hard and they put so much into it, and you know, we're happy for all of us, but I'm especially happy for our 7 seniors.
And Andre Woolridge with the 50 points. Your comments on his performance?
Yeah, what a way to end his career. You know, a state championship for his team, and he breaks the all-time Class A scoring record. It's real befitting of him. I feel honored and privileged to have coached him for 4 years, and he's a great player, you know.
Benson does it number 1 most of the year in the ratings, and now I guess you've really proved it.
Yeah, I think, you know, there was a lot of pressure on this ball club all year long because, you know, they ranked us 1 early, and we don't necessarily wanted to head to the front of the pack that quick, but, you know, we got there, and they stayed there, and the kids did a great job of handling that, and I think coming down here last year and not doing well it helped us. I mean, it helped us for this year because we were we were upset for all year because of how we played down here last year, and I think that got the kids focused and got them you know, goal oriented, and we wanted to come down here and show people that we could play some basketball on this floor.
All right, Terry, congratulations. Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Okay, Omaha Benson wins the Class A state championship 95-76 with the win over Hastings. Paul Forch, our guest commentator, just a quick word on the final stat sheet maybe, and the performance that Benson had here today.
There's only one stat that shows up there. That's you know, Woolridge is 50 points without a doubt. That's you know, you wait for this kind of time for prime time, and last night I think you saw it when the game when Ogallala played, you know, and Wahoo, and I think today you saw it again when Benson played. But the key, of course, was the second quarter. I think when Benson went to the press and got into a full court game, and that was the difference in the ball game from there on.
All right, Paul, my thanks to you for being with us, and a good job on the guest commentary during the contest.
Well, thank you for having me down. My pleasure.
Okay, and 3 games are in the books. 3 more State Boys Championships are yet to go tonight. We'll be back later on with those, but right now from the Devaney Sports Center, this is Dick Janda saying so long.
It's March Madness! The 1992 Boys State Basketball Finals are brought to you by your local Case International dealers and NC Plus, America's down-to-earth seed company.